I do want to get back to responding to what is coming up for you in terms of reporting on your experience of your own Eidetic Parents Test images, to the extent that you are following up on them and practicing them. And right now, hopefully we'd have enough time to do, for both of you to do an image, to bring one that you want to, that's foremost in your interest right now, to mind. Jerry's just nodded his head in a way and made me think I should go to him right away. Is that all right with you, Dan?
That's usually best, and yes, all right at this moment as well.
Okay, all right, Jerry, what's up?
Well, I spent a good amount of time with images from the parents test this week and was especially drawn to positive mother images. And I mean that's what's fresh for me. If somehow I just have had the feeling like there's so much value in tuning into some of the positive images and just having those things alive in me. There's such gifts to have come into contact with.
So, that's fine. And again, you absolutely do need to go with what's going with you, because what you're saying, it's these positive images that give us the strength, the power, the wisdom to get over what has been clamping us down. Okay? So
Yeah.
I couldn't fight you on this one. All right?
Yeah, I see my mom. And she's younger, I'm younger. When I see my mom in this image, yeah, I'm 5 or 6 years old. And I'm immediately drawn into the image. My mom is working in the house, taking care of things, moving from one thing to the next. And one thing I notice is that there are curtains in the house and the windows are open. And as my mom is going from task to task, these curtains are just billowing in the breeze. And when I see that, I feel some liveliness in myself. I just feel very captivated by those curtains and all the life in the curtains as the breeze kind of whips them around and makes them billow. And I feel that. I feel it just across my chest and my arms. I also feel some muscles in my back. I see my mom going down the basement steps from the kitchen. From the kitchen, she goes down a few steps, and then I see her walking down the basement steps to where the washer and dryer are. And I see kind of a spring in her step. And she's feeling good. And when I see her looking bright, I see her bright eyes. I see her cheerful face. And again, I feel joy in my own face. I feel this radiating energy, throughout my torso, really, especially the front of my torso. Feel a nice breath come in. And she has the radio on, and she's got some lively music playing. Um, Maybe some old guitar songs. She loved Chet Atkins, and it's easy to hear these lively rhythms and melody. Just kind of the music's kind of peppy, but also really, really masterful and beautiful guitar playing as well. And I just feel like this sense of being lifted up like those curtains and just this kind of whirlwind of energy and my mom is getting a lot done around the house. She's in the kitchen, uh, cleaning up from breakfast. I can hear the water running in the sink, and yeah, I see the water. I see this clear stream of water coming out of the faucet, little bubbles in it, like the silvery arm of the faucet coming out, and then this clear water coming down, and just like almost like a stream splashing right there where my mom is. And as I see that, kind of a different quality of the energy in me. It's like that lively water is getting inside me and just wanting me to um, flow flow more inside myself. Yeah. And this image is very welcome. A number of the projects I'm working on entail sitting right here in front of the computer. And this image is so fluid and dynamic, and my mom is really enjoying. She's doing a lot, but she's really enjoying going from one thing to the next and kind of weaving them all together into this flow, this current. Yeah, it feels joyful and so welcome to see this. I feel like I need it right now. I know this quality in myself, but it hasn't been necessarily at the forefront sometimes when I'm trying to work on this project and this project and this project. So I'm really appreciating that lightness and the liveliness. And it's great to see my mom with that kind of quality, like satisfied with herself. And there's a certain pride that she's taking in what she's doing. She's just like a virtuoso in her world. And the world is responding with her. The curtains and the water and the music coming in, and yeah, she's part of that whole confluence of different motion and energy and sound and light. and I feel it. I feel it inside myself. I feel grateful for my mom. Yeah. And none of it feels forced. I think I'll end with that, but I'm just aware that none of it feels like, oh, I must do this. Now I must do that. And with like a forced quality, it all just feels like her giving from her good spirits. I feel it's inviting me to relax more, just find that quality myself.
And as you're enjoying that quality in yourself, what do you sense other people, how do they respond to that?
Other people?
Yes. As you're experiencing that quality in yourself, how do other people respond when they are experiencing that in you?
Oh, they like it. Yeah. Just like I'm enjoying it in my mom, other people can tune into it, and it's, yeah, I think people love to be with someone who's relaxed and in their flow. It's a relief. It invites them into some of that themselves. If I'm understanding your question correctly, that's what I'm getting.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
The reason
Yeah.
I asked you that is I remember a couple of sessions ago, I told you about that situation where the the man in prison told about his grandmother welcoming him, and then the other men just took off on that. That
Yeah.
that feeling, that specific.
Yeah.
So that's the secret. That's it, as
Mhm.
far as I can see.
Mhm.
That is it, what we want and what we leap onto when if we're given a chance, right?
Yeah.
So that's glorious. Very happy to see it, Jerry. All right.
Yeah. Thanks for making the space and inviting me into it.
Okay. So I'm tempted to ask Dan for Reciprocal Vision on that. This would you like to do that?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Thinking I
Just
will
jump
mention.
in. Just jump
Yep.
right in. See
Mhm.
yourself. Okay.
Mhm. I'm actually seeing a friend's mom, um,
Hmm.
and she's my brother's best friend's mother, um, and she's off in the background behind a counter or a place where she might have, a tray of cookies or different things, separating us in the living room, larger play area, and her area in the kitchen there. It's sort of an open kitchen thing. And I guess it's similar to how Sherry might say, floating or flowing from one thing to another.
Hmm.
And much of it is beyond my normal attention. She's doing things. And some of them will probably lead to snacks and things that that will appeal to me. So there's a little bit of that happy anticipation, but mostly we're all on the floor and there's uh, Legos laid out. Um, and so now I'm kind of drawn to them, but I want to take one more moment just to take in that first moment, step by step, looking up at her. And she is very happy and very content. Uh, there's a sort of proud, loving to it in terms of her taking care of both her kids and us, who really are kind of extended family too. But there's something about her gaze. It's like it's going down towards something, but it's got that. I mean, it looks like it's going down to a tray of cookies, but it's got that sometimes there's the Madonna and child thing, and the gaze down and just the, not at the child, but just this sort of almost in a daydream sense, but just doing the purpose. And it feels to me like she's whistling, or humming a happy tune quietly. And I'm just sort of got this little, the toys and things are here, and I'm looking up. She's there, and I'm thinking my friend's lucky to have his mom's such a good cook. But my breath, I think, slows down a little bit. There's for her, everything is, it's not sudden. It's not I get this done, I gotta get this done. It's more doing something with a utensil, doing the thing, just sort of nothing too fast or frantic, just sort of a calm little ballet of here I am on this, I get this. You can almost see, I feel like I would almost see like her like when she turns her leg go up like a ballet dancer. It doesn't, but it's got that sort of extension out. She reaches for something in the fridge, pulls out a pitcher, closes it, and it's just it's both, it's pretty, it's calm, um it does have that ballet type aspect of everything is in reach, everything, she knows where everything is. This is a turn, and it does flow from one task to another. So I'm trying to see how that makes me feel for a moment now. So there's a bit of a, almost so you nod your head to music, maybe from one major beat to another. And it's just sort of, it's like she's going to these little points. The thing is done, the task thing is here, and then to another point to reach to this. And it's just these different graceful movements from one to the other. And then there's that little pause, almost like people at parties would pose as statues for rich people in the past. She's got that sort of like a ancient Greek scene or something. It's that sort of like, she's got a moment with this, a moment with that. And it's just these different stages that I'm noticing. And so both my head is turning, my mouth goes slightly agape, and as sort of breath slows down. But I do now get the sense that, I'm too far from the friends and the Legos. I've got it, I've had this little moment and a few moments with her, which is just like a lightening and calming effect. And I'm noticing kind of out from my face, and then like almost like a little tingling on the edge of my fingers, just like a little radiation of peaceful sort of release energy, like I don't, is there anything to worry about? Is there anything, in this direction? No, it's just all and dare I say domestic. But she seems very happy with that. And so I just sort of let that go. And then I, turning back to the Legos in this very important project that we're that we're building,
So I'd like you to stay with this. I have
Yeah.
a sense it's very important for you.
Sure.
So can you, how do you grasp it as far as its importance to you?
There's two things. Possibly the more minor thing is this thing I've been noticing in images recently where especially as a child, my mouth just sort of, slackens and I just sort of take things in rather than, I believe last time we talked about holding a face together that's more, I got to do to get through high school, and look a certain way or whatever. It's less self-conscious and, my mind tends to race a lot and go back and forth from one thing to another. Some people have said more than anyone they've known. And to have that moment of just, it's almost like one of the goals of meditation is just to not overthink anything and just take in the experience. So in some ways, that's the more minor thing, but something I've noticed recently. But the primary thing one of the primary things I'm getting from this is a gracefulness of movement and purpose to go from one thing to another. And I have these bad joint problems and back problems, neck, etc. Just anywhere there's cartilage normally, I don't have that. And so I think when I move through the world day to day, or at least if there's tension or other things, I have that thing where my neck needs to crack and I need to almost release the tension. It seems that way, like it lets out a little bit of endorphins or whatnot. In this case, here's someone who's just so in their element, and they get into these ballet almost. I think like La La Land, just it's like it's almost like in a musical or ballet, very graceful, purposeful, but flowing from one stage to another, taking care of one thing after another. This sort of content way of doing that. It's graceful. And I'm noticing the bottom of the dress, I don't know if they call it the hem or whatever, where it's
Yes,
sewn over.
yeah.
And there's a little bit of her ankles and slippers or whatnot. And she's got this when she goes to turn to one thing, the dress sort of, has this form, like this little hold on. It kind of follows her,
Yes.
yeah, so that it picks up and just sort of and falls into place, I'm
And what's
noticing that
happening in your body,
on the
please?
turns. all my eyes are appreciating the sort of graceful beauty, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the and just how everything flows, like down. And I'm just sort of seeing that twisting and turning and just, I guess there's a, okay, I guess I'm not answering my body, but there's a, sometimes a center line as she does her turn, you know, like a ballet dancer can been on a, you know, keeping the center the same. And I guess my body, let me see. Well, my eyes are following it. That's one thing. My head to a degree. Okay, hold on. I've always enjoyed like a twirling dress. You know, I've been
Yes.
taken
Mm-hmm.
to a lot of Broadway shows as a kid and all that.
Okay.
And it's just, you know, there's a bit of flair to it. And trying to think of how, just trying to see if I notice anything different in my body with that. It's more just it's just a little extra flair to it. That's, but there's this, but the, I think the dress is still keeps on moving and tries to catch up. It's like an afterflow to the flow, you know. She's already done the movement, so the dress catches up in the air and twirls around a little bit. Um, for me, it kind of makes me want to dance a little, you know,
Okay.
and that's something I'm normally not good at or don't do too often, you know, at weddings or anywhere.
Okay, I want you to stay with that now. But
Yeah.
shall we call it the twirling or what? What should we call it?
Um, twirling of the dress. Yeah.
Okay. So I would like to know if the next time that something tells you you should, as you call it, crack your neck, if you could draw this image to mind and see her, the twirling of her dress.
Mm. To me, I'm getting more of a response from her above, you know, like her arms and her, because that's more of a graceful extension. I mean, I could, and that to me feels very much going into a slow, you know, sometimes it's a stretch and
Good.
it's, you know, for things. So that to me, I'm feeling more than the dress kind of flopping up in the air, you know, going around. And
Okay,
I've,
so
yeah,
that's fine. Whatever is most whole.
so I've been doing it with the C recently is my thing I've been doing. So here, just got a little paint in my neck. So I'm going to take a moment here.
So just let your mind go to the image to respond to the pain in the neck. Just let it happen. Don't do your cracking. Ask your image, you know, ask for your image to come.
By following with my eyes, there's a little bit of a slower movement that
Good.
has
Oh, good.
a extension, you know, here to
Yes,
there,
yes.
which is probably a better pace for a stretch and a slow release of things. But I still do, you know, feel it. But it's
Uh, okay, you've got you've got the initial grasp of this now. And I think you're going to find this extremely useful if you will just stay with it and just, as you insisted properly, you know, that there's the whole movement, there's all different aspects of it. And that's what you want, is to go with the flow and let each little aspect of it have its own place. So you're not pushing anything around. You're letting what needs to happen in your neck take its own sweet time. Follow?
Yeah. And then I got her extending out, doing that stretch for the thing in the drawer. And then really her
Yes.
leg is kind of going up a little.
Okay,
Like,
so
and then
keep expressing it in your body as thoroughly as you feel like it right now. Sure. I'm glad you're insisting on the extension of the arm out as well as the twirling of the skirt, because your system properly has an appetite for the whole movement. That's the cure, the whole movement.
I could see myself doing this, maybe not right now, but I could see myself standing and, doing this ballet.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Please do that, okay?
Mhm.
Okay?
Yep.
And just do it as often as you're in any way near tempted to do that. I think that can make absolutely tremendous difference to you, Dan, okay?
Mm.
It has
Good.
everything to do with place and relaxation and calm and timing, and yeah, it's perfect. So you see how your eidetic imagination chose to go to what you need to see in yourself,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. And I'll add, yeah, that holding those moments for the time they take
Yes.
helps to you say, okay, I've got that one now. Now I feel like it's going here. And that so it is, I can see how that mimics in my body areas that need it, but I don't notice myself like, oh, I need to do this or I need to do that. I just follow the next thing in the image, and my body and
It's
is telling
full,
me in a way that I wouldn't be able to pre-guess um, that this is the
absolutely.
stretch or this the moment, this is the thing to focus on.
It's
And it's
it's
it's like a
full length,
whole, yeah,
it's full length self-possession.
yeah,
Okay?
yeah,
I I I hope that you will see fit to report on your progress on keeping doing this now. Okay? Don't let anything prevent you from practicing this as often as possible. All
yeah,
right? Because it's
yeah.
so central and so big, and it'll make such a tremendous difference to you, your sense of your own presence and your own consequences and so on.
So
Well, these images are just naturally living, growing. That's their nature. And so the more you're in touch with that, the truer you are to your natural self, which has been chopped up by a lot of wordy stuff. Okay? So the vision has this wholeness and this movement into the forwardness in it and that continuity that our words have been depriving us of. Yes?
yeah,
Beautiful.
all right, very cool. Thank you.